This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhoneAppReview.com. We're slinging out yet another video review today. This time taking a look at an application that's, it's very squarely in the genre of educational app, specifically educational app for children, though this one has a more expansive age group than we're used to looking at. Usually these are reserved for toddlers or very small children. This one is age group, say 5 to 12 or so. And the app in question is called Interactive Telling Time. Obviously, this is an application designed to teach you, or rather teach your children, we're assuming you know how to tell time by this point, teaching your children how to read time, how to read a clock, as well as a whole host of other, aspects about time and about daily life in terms of, say, AM, PM, the differences between an analog or a digital clock, the times of the day, midday, quarter till, etc., stuff like that, which we'll talk more about in just a second. But Interactive Telling Time is available for $2.99 in the App Store, and it is a universal app. We're going to be doing this on the iPhone. Obviously, certain elements of this are easier on the iPad because of the larger screen real estate, but for the most part, that's an incredible bargain, clocking in at $2.99 as a universal offering. So we're going to go ahead and go through the settings very quickly. This does come with 6 total languages, so if you speak French like we do, that's here, as well as a couple other very popular languages. So in case you want those settings, they are there. We actually really do appreciate this, the fact that this comes in multiple languages. These educational apps, especially if you're teaching to a classroom of children, having this in here in the States, with English and Spanish is great, and then the others are just fantastic as well. And of course, with the nationality in mind, you can change the hour from 12-hour to 24-hour if that's what you're used to. There are a couple other settings too. You can also track statistics, view the statistics, and see how your child has done across the entire spectrum of things, which is really nice if you're a teacher or if you're doing this at home with your child. You can go through, see their statistics, see how their progress has been, and then know exactly where to go to help them out. On the same note, there's a difficulty level, which is very nice. We liked this a lot, the fact that it comes in several, 5 exactly, difficulty levels. And these have to do with the hour intervals within the games. The game will only suggest things that are, say, on an hour interval, 30 minutes, 15, 5, and 1 at the hardest. Obviously, that'd be the hardest to do. And that's pretty much all that we have to say about the settings. So we're going to go ahead and show you the game, or rather the collection of games itself. One more thing, that is. 2, I suppose. The aquarium, which is very nice. We very much like this, and we actually unlocked some other fish too. I don't know where they've gone to. But the idea here is that when you complete a game, you unlock fish. There are 35 of these aquarium friends, and then they'll be here in the aquarium when you go back to find them, which we thought was great. This adds yet another incentive to play the games, to actually learn, and all of this, again, goes towards enriching your child's learning experience, which is really at the bottom of all of this. So it's very important, and we greatly appreciate the fact that that was there. Here's another aspect, is you can choose from 8 different clocks, each of which comes with its own unique kind of look, and occasionally different aspects to them. Like obviously these come with 3, 6, 9, and 12, emphasizing different aspects of time learning as opposed to some others. So in that sense, different clocks, different rules. You've also got the Roman numerals, which is something that I remember from from being a kid that isn't around as much anymore. But still very much important to learn. So again, the same concept here. You also have a gears clock that has no numbers. So we really liked this a lot. Actually, the fact that you can choose a different clock and go immediately to a different set of rules, so to speak, for the games, emphasizing a completely different aspect of learning to read time. And again, all of this goes back to your child's core learning experience. And for the most part, it's absolutely brilliant. And we say for the most part, actually, pretty much all of it is absolutely brilliant. So here's the main games, and the game presents these 5 of them, as well as they learn the clock basics. Your child can go in here and click, get some information. This might be a bit too text heavy for some of the smaller children, but either way it is here. You can go in and read through it, or if you'd like to tell your child the basics you're on your own. And then there are a couple of different games that are included. Each of these emphasizes a different aspect of learning, and they all do fantastically. They're all exactly the right amount of engaging versus gameplay, the right amount of actual educational value versus entertainment value. So we're going to go ahead and show you, I guess, 2 of these before we give you our final wrap-up. One of the games that we really liked was this one, which is the put-together clock puzzle, so to speak. You choose a clock, and then the child actually has to put the thing together. So this really emphasizes the fact that you need to know where to put the elements of your clock. You need to know exactly every inch of the clock. again, just reinforcing time reading by making them rearrange things to where they belong. And again, it's very simple. Drag, stick there, and then keep going. We're actually going to skip out before I make a mistake and look stupid. One of the other things that we really liked in terms of the games was this one, which also emphasizes times of the day. So if it's 2:45, you have the difference between AM and PM here. It's 2:45. We're guessing this is in the morning. Yeah, obviously very much in the morning. And to do this game, you simply drag the hour and minute hands where you'd like them, and then hit solve. So again, emphasizes reading the clock as well as knowing the times of day, which is very important. We like this a lot. You hit solve, it counts it off. And then these animations are brilliant too. Across the entire board, all of the graphics are just absolutely spot on and very professional. We're extremely impressed with the graphics and the artwork itself, which is something we look for in a child's educational app. Sometimes they're kind of amateurish or slapshod. Not the case here in the slightest. We are very impressed with the artwork. It's absolutely top notch and easily worth the $2.99 charge that goes into this. There are a couple others. There's a quiz which will quiz your child about other aspects of clock. Paraphernalia, so to speak, in terms of like a quarter till, a quarter past, midday, noon, other things that we're used to as adults because we deal with them day in, day out. But as a child, it is very confusing. There's also a stop the clock mechanic that I very much liked, where the clock will actually spin. You're supposed to stop it on a specific time. You hit the stop button. And then there's also the what's the time mini game, which has your child just simply reading a clock. And again, emphasizing day versus night, AM versus PM, all just a very, very solid package. So we're going to go ahead and go back and give you our final wrap-up on this, but interactive telling time is a brilliant way to teach time reading and clock reading to any child, of pretty much any age. There's a lot here for the entire age group, 5 to 12. We absolutely love this application. The graphics are great, and even better is the price, which is $2.99. $3 is a very cheap cost of entry for something that looking back on our childhood, actually learning to read clocks, learning to read time was a very memorable experience for us. So $3 to have that kind of golden experience in your childhood, and a very educational one, as well as an extremely engaging and enlivening one. And I forgot to mention, there's also a narration that we have turned off because it's easier to hear us without the sound that will read clocks to your child. I forgot to mention that. So altogether, interactive telling time gets a total of 5 out of 5 stars from us here at the iPhoneAppReview.com. We really enjoyed this. It's a fantastic application. If you want to teach a child how to read a clock, this is the way to do it. Again, you can get this on the iPad too, and it's easier to move the hands around. So altogether, just a brilliant application. Absolutely fantastic. Top-notch across the board. Professional effort. 5 out of 5 stars from us here at the iPhoneAppReview.com. And that's all I have to say about it. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and sign out. But we'll see you guys later. Bye.